Steve Jobs once said, you can't connect the dots looking forward, you can only connect the dots looking backwards. So therefore you have to trust that in your future, the dots are going to align. So in this video, I'd like to share with you a belief that I had on day one of my business 10 years ago that has stood the test of time, that has been proven to not just help me in my business, but also I've seen this time and time again. Those that have got started, that have been able to become 6, 7, or even 8-figure sellers. So this one particular belief has absolutely changed everything. So I want to share this with you right now. The belief that I'm referring to, and I'm going to unpack this, is if you believe that systems are the secret to your success, 3 S's, systems are the secret to your success, that's the big domino that absolutely changes everything in the filtering on what you build your business through. Let me explain and let me share with you a number of examples and stories where I've seen this to be true. Ultimately for you, building your business, taking massive action, you are doing this for a specific purpose, a result that you want in your life, goals that you have, whether it's time freedom, financial freedom, being able to spend more time with your loved ones, and you have potentially incredible ambitions. You wouldn't be watching this if you didn't have the ambitions. The people I've spoken to over the years, thousands of people, I was literally on a Zoom call literally yesterday, and incredibly ambitious, right? Wants to build multiple businesses as a part of his enterprises. So we are not afraid of ambition, which means ambition equals scale, and scale comes with certain requirements of your business. And the number one is to develop systems. Systems that can control the quality of output of all your functions of your business. If you think about it, when you think of whether it's marketing, what's your marketing systems? If you think of sales, what's your sales systems? If you think of sourcing, what's your sourcing systems? If you think of purchasing, what's your purchasing systems? If you think of shipping, what's your shipping systems? Every single part of the business, whether it's finances, whether it's legal, whether it's HR, everything has a fundamental standard that connects everything, which is systems. And if you believe that to be true, that then allows you from day one to use that domino to knock on effect with everything else. Such as, on day one, I immediately asked myself, and something that you can ask yourself, and I'm still saying this 10 years later, is what is the system for this? What's the system? What's the system that we use for this? What's the quality of this system? And ultimately you unpack that to like, how do we do things, right? What's the inputs to the outputs? What's the triggers to the processes to the outputs? What's our feedback? What's working? What's not working? You are forever optimizing systems, okay? The way we're sourcing ain't quite working, so we need that feedback to adjust our approach, to adjust the process. Okay, is that now getting us closer? If it is, fantastic. Let's keep doing more of that. If it's not, let's change it. Let's change it. Let's change it. It's always about asking yourself the question, what's the system? How optimizes the system? What's our output from this system? If you believe that to be true, then I've found that those that have gone from most definitely 6 to 7 figures, you start to truly realize on why systems become important. Because from just getting started to your first 6 figures in sales, you can do that with just your blood, sweat, and massive action tears. Truly, right? You can start taking action. You can work harder than you've ever worked before. Your early mornings, late nights, weekends, right? You're sacrificing everything. You work, and you can get there. right? The tenacity that you've got, the determination to make it happen for the people that you love, for the why you starting this business, you can truly, as long as you never ever quit, you can start and get some results in your business for sure. But once I've seen you get to 6 figures and you want to then go to a 7-figure mark, and lo and behold, like an 8-figure mark, then systems start to show themselves. And ultimately, it will start to show whether your systems are good or bad, whether your foundations that you've built your business on are right or not right. So the purpose here is really just to simplify the necessity for systems to be needed. I was recently on one of my systemization days with a great gent called Adam. And I was working, we went to his warehouse and he came to our warehouse. And he's got an incredible business, right? He's doing seven figures, £2 million in the last 12 months. He's on course for doing even more this year. Absolutely incredible. His own warehouse. He came over, we spent a day in our warehouse. We was fundamentally talking about processes and systems, because that's what it all comes down to. Right? How things come in warehouses and how they come out of warehouses. What are our teams doing and what our teams are not doing? We're all focusing the same direction, or are we? What mechanisms can we put into our processes and systems and our business that allows everything to be directed in the right position? So we've spoken about so many things like what are the goals, what are the visions, right? And then reverse engineering that through KPIs, like if you want to achieve X amount, it's 4 million, 8 million, well, what does that look like? What does that look like in terms of sales? What does that look like in terms of units shipped? What does that look like? You have to reverse engineer this all the way back to inputs, right? The outcomes, the outputs will take care of themselves if you identify the right inputs. And if we can identify the right inputs and do more of those inputs, then ultimately the goals, the outcome, it just becomes a matter of time, right? They'll take care of themselves. But systems have to be forever redefined and optimized, depending on circumstance, depending on what you're experiencing. And the key is forever learning, be a never-ending student, right? It doesn't matter what point you're at, in my belief, anyway. If you're forever just curious, like, how does that work? Why does that work? How does that work, right? You're forever asking, forever wondering, forever investing in yourself, right? Whether that's YouTube videos like you are doing, whether that is going to in-person visits or mentorships or events, right? If you're forever curious, it learns a lot. So yeah, if you believe that number one domino, therefore I'd recommend to go all in, absolutely all in. In the video, in the description down below, I've got a great video called How to Build Systems in Your Business. It's basically becoming a master of systems. And I refer to another mentee of mine called Anas, who we had a great call. And he said to me, he was like, Kev, I want to become a master of systems. And he's already doing also multi-7 figures. And he wants to take that to the next level. And therefore, we had a great conversation. And this particular training, this video, and the write-up really does show you all the things that you really want to dig down deeper. So my name's been Kev, inspiring you every single day to keep taking massive action in your life and business. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.